And the leading scorer in the NBA as of Friday afternoon, DeMar DeRozan, the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
Oh,
I thought you were just going to hype me up.
Say Francis Maxwell?
Yeah, I've been shooting.
You're not nailing 36.
I'm shooting 58% from the field.
Go to the tweet from one of the Toronto Raptors beat writers, please. Josh Lewinberg. Yes, after Westbrook's stinker yesterday against the Golden State Warriors, we're shooting this on Friday. DeRozan is your NBA scoring leader, averaging 36.3 points.
Through 4 games.
Whew, through 4 games. I know. Just through 4 games. But we can say, from the tape, he's taking better shots. He's taking the same amount. They're just better shots. He's taking them when he's more open. Their floor plan was working slightly better. I know it's just a couple games. We talked about this with the Bulls too. You can't overreact too much. But I wanted to show you some contracts, and I wanted to show you which investments, through the smallest ever sample size, look like they could be worth it. I know that's a lot of money for DeMar DeRozan. However, if he averages 30 points a game this season, on at least 42, 40, even 43% shooting, you're going to be worth your investment.
Yeah.
You know, the Raptors, 2 games short of making the NBA Finals. Those 2 games were big games short of before making the NBA Finals because you have to go through the Cavs. However, they can still very much finish top 2. I put CJ McCollum on this list because I actually think that he's looked really good. And I think that's a big investment for a shooting guard who had 1 breakout season, but he's continued that with the Blazers. So there's just some other names to remind people of the contracts. However, I left off some names. Because no, I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation saying, was Kevin Durant worth the investment? Yeah, no shit. Was LeBron James worth the investment? Yes, he was. Was James Harden worth the investment? Of course. Like, there's some redundant conversations we don't need to have. So I'm not going to put on for, there's LeBron James' contract. Is he worth the money, though, Francis?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That just in terms of what the DeRozan's been doing, for one, he's done it on the road, too, which he struggled with in games last season. And I don't want to sell Kyle Lowry short because a lot of what's happening this season is when Kyle Lowry's not having his day, DeMar DeRozan's been bailing him out through the first couple games. And that's something that didn't happen in last year's playoffs or sometimes in close games. He didn't have that outlet.
I feel like last year, it's fresh in our memory. The Raptors were a team that we were all kind of anticipating to put up somewhat of a challenge, but as soon as they got to the final, they were blown out by a far superior team.
Right.
Far superior. And what happened in the finals of the Eastern Conference is DeMar DeRozan was taking rush shots. You could tell that it looked like he had the weight of the team on his shoulders. Early on in the season, you don't have that. The team's not going to completely just go up in flames if you make a shot that you're not supposed to, or if you don't shoot as well as you should be from the field. But he looks like he's confident in his own ability, which he has been for a while. But with the Raptors this season, they do have a target on their back. And the target is most likely going to be from their own fans. And that's not me saying that that's a bad thing. I'm saying that when you do something that is maybe expected, but people are still a little bit skeptical, such as going to the Eastern Conference Finals, finally showcasing that you can mix it with the best, fans aren't going to settle for that. They're going to be like,
they taste it.
They're like, oh my God, we got to go back again. We got to put up a bigger fight to the Cleveland Cavs. And they would have been in better stead if the likes of DeMar DeRozan was taking better shots, if the likes of Kyle Lowry was taking better shots, if they worked well and lived up to that expectation in the finals. I think they kind of sold themselves short overall in that series. I think there was 1 or 2 games where they caused a real problem for the Cavs when those 2 stepped up. But in other games, in the home court, they look good. But this is a good indicator for Raptors fans. You're going to take these little positives as they come. It's very early in the season, but if you're like, well, DeRozan looks like he's efficient. That's a good word to describe him right now. He's raw talent. He's phenomenal to watch. He is a frightening player.
He's also one of the best dunkers in the league.
Oh, he's athletically. I mean, I know in amongst a pack of athletic, dominant players, some players get lost. DeMar DeRozan's very dominant, and he can get up. And when you're watching it, you got to take these small factors. I'm sure there's fans out there for any other team at the moment, and you've got to take these small positives because you've got to do anything you can to keep yourself positive before you start to get to the latter part of the season and you're sitting there in 12th place.
And this is all the while with Jared Sullinger, who I loved that pickup for the Raptors because it was a needed depth at a forward position that they absolutely needed last year too. His foot injuries kept him off the court for a little bit of time, so I hope he can come back and we can see more of the Raptors. So here's DeRozan's quote. But before we get to DeRozan's quote, actually, Francis, if I were to ask you what kind of high-powered vehicle you would be, what kind of car would you be if you were able to take 20 shots a game?
Prius.
God, are you serious? Did you see the quote? God, God damn, you're such an ass. You took the whole joke. You took the joke. I can't believe that was your answer. I thought you were going to be like a Chevy Camaro.
No, I said I was
a Ford F-350.
I said it was a Prius. Man.
I know
but
that's why it's so funny, because he said he's a Tesla.
They are high-powered vehicles.
That's what's so funny.
They're a modern-day high-powered vehicle. I get it.
But it's not what you would think. It's just, to me, that's like the funniest answer, because I know you hadn't seen this quote.
Yeah,
I know, because I didn't put the link in the rundown.
That's so funny, man. Me and DeRozan are right there with each other. Do you know what me and DeRozan are? We're environmentalists. We're looking out for the future. We are striving for greatness, but do you know how we're going to get there, Jason? By burning one fossil fuel away from this universe at a time. And not burning it so it goes into it, but eradicating it from the world. We're together, DeMar DeRozan, me and you. Priuses and Teslas unite.
Go back to the quote so I can read it for the world, because maybe they read it, maybe they didn't. Quote me, put it up. Last week, DeRozan referenced running out of gas and looking for the gas station. After the Toronto Raptors opening night win, DeRozan was asked about that gas station reference as he continues his scoring surge. Nope, I'm like a Tesla.
And you know,
Greg, I can't believe you said Prius.
Well, that's because our VP over here is rocking a Tesla. He's rocking a Prius.
New title?
Oh, Jesus Christ, VP. Our EP over here is rocking a Tesla, a Prius, and tells us that you can be flashy in your Beamer, you can be flashy in your Jetta, you can be flashy in any way.
Hey, why do you mention the Jetta?
I just mentioned it there.
Why do you
But nothing will compare to the efficiency of a Prius. And yeah, you might want to impress that girl, and you're like, I drive this car, but you know what's going to impress her more?
A
and
dog.
You're like, you're down the line, and you're like, I can buy you something extra, baby, because we're saving gas.
Just the last clip, Dan? Yeah. Fun, quick story right for the end. They did a study for men trying to pick up girls. This is a true story. And they gave a good-looking guy 3 different controlled variables. One was a Ferrari. Mm-hmm. One was a puppy golden retriever. Oh my God! And the other was a baby, like a really cute-looking baby, and like a 1-year-old baby. The baby caught the most attention. It was most effective in picking up girls. Damn it. The dog was 2. And the car was dead last. I think they asked that out of 100 people, it was 2 thought the car was great. 70 were like, oh, it's a baby. And 20 were like, puppy. Puppy!
Is that why you sent me an email the other day being like, Francis,
can I borrow your,
don't ask any other questions. Don't give me any other answer than yes or no.
Can I borrow your niece, your car, and your
dog?
dog?
Can I have your niece? Can I have your car? And can I have your dog? Yes. I'll give them all back to you in a space of time, but I'm just doing a little test right now.
Yes. Exactly. Why not? Comment below. Like, favorite, subscribe. We'll see you next time.